Okay, well, we have this new sheet, this force field analysis worksheet, and I think it looks really good to help us kind of plan out where our project's going to go. So let's just sort of work through it and see how that helps us with our plan. So the first thing on the list here is it asks us to address the change that we want to make. So
Yeah, Andrew and I were just talking about that actually, and we think just plain and simple, the main problem we're looking at is just outdoor paper waste on campus. So that would be number one.
So I think we've seen that with the trash over here at the hub, and we've taken pictures of it, and I think that's a good, simple problem to start with, and if we need to change the wording of it later on, we sure can.
Okay.
great. So what kind of individuals, decision makers, leaders, gatekeepers, and change agents are we looking at here? Well, I know we have Dee Dee, right?
Yeah.
Dee Dee DeLongpre, the
Director, Office of Sustainability.
Right.
So she is a definite gatekeeper for us and decision maker as well. So, and I think that our key gatekeepers would be Ed Popple from Finance,
that's right.
Vice President of Finance on campus.
But we
And
also have the maintenance, the head of maintenance.
yes, physical plant,
That's right.
Dale Morris.
Mm-hmm.
Organizational factors relevant to the problem are organizational factors relevant.
With organizational factors, could that be how we would reciprocate the change of how we might go about organizing the change on what Dee Dee and what Ed and what the Dale Morris, what the maintenance and the physical plant, how they would work together, how we would bring about and organize the change of the paper recycling outdoors?
That could also be, I'm wondering too if that means also that we are considering kind of what is in place currently that we're having to look at, like what system we're working within.
Yeah, I agree with that. And looking at current organizational factors are the lack of any outdoor paper recycling bins right now, and the fact that there's only trash bins and bottle recycling on campus. So those are some organizational factors that we're dealing with, and we're starting this brand new outdoors. So
I think too, also looking at the indoor paper recycling company, the company that comes and picks up that paper, and then staffing that's associated with having to pick up extra bin.
That was one thing that I was going to say, and whenever we talked to Dee Dee earlier in the month, then she mentioned things about manpower, and that might be a limiting factor.
Mm-hmm.
That not that they wouldn't want to do it, but their organization here up on campus is not necessarily designed to pick up an abundance of waste besides the bottles and the cans.
definitely.
So what drivers do we have? Drivers to this, people or forces inside the organization that are driving the change?
Inside.
Mm-hmm.
Well, definitely the fact that there is an Office of Sustainability.
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's a big driving force. And also the Zero Waste Initiative by President Manchin on campus, where we're getting this force that is more from above saying that this needs to happen and we need to minimize waste on campus.
Great.
I think also just issues, just kind of history type issues with recent things that have happened, different maybe possible movies and things that have come out that have brought up the awareness, or people that have kind of expressed a desire to be more aware and to effectively do these types of things, like even corporations and stuff you watch on commercials are showing how necessarily they're green, and this is a green issue. So
Exactly, that's an external driving force, and the big global warming issue right now you see on commercials.
Exactly.
Need to be more green in our practices, so that's something else.
I think another driving force can be the data we captured from our field research when we went out and did the actual paper counts at both locations on campus, looking at what those, if you want to call it offenders, those that are resulting in extra waste on campus.
Yeah.
yeah, what are some of the things that would restrain the Office of Sustainability from participating or being on our side?
So one restraining force that we experienced was the shift in management, I would say, in that they were preoccupied with that shift, and so dealing with that.
Which could just not necessarily prevent us from bringing about the change, but could just prevent us from making the change rather rapidly, or
Exactly.
could delay it.
Take a long time.
I think another one too is cultural lock-in. When we met with the team or the gatekeepers, I remember one comment made was, well, we don't really gain anything by recycling paper, and it is actually more of a cost to pick up that and collect that paper than it is to just sort of let it go as garbage. And so I think that's going to be a big restrainer.
Yeah, and along with that, and kind of, I thought you were going to allude to it, would be the additional manpower that they would have to actually employ more employees in that division. Because didn't Dee Dee say that 1 or 2 people on campus are actually in charge of the can and the plastic bottle recycling bins? So
Yeah.
they're going to have to add the addition of staff members.
Very true.